Good morning to you and welcome to KRQE News this morning. I'm Matt Morrow.
Good morning. I'm Elizabeth Alvarez. Today is Tuesday, February 4th. We'll get ready because so many of you are waking up to snow this morning.
Yeah, exactly like we've warned you for the last couple of days.
Yes, we do have team coverage on this winter weather this morning. We're going to start things off with meteorologist Kristen Mandyke, who is in the thick of it all. We also have our Samantha McDonald, who is covering the roads. We'll get to Sam in a moment. But first, Kristen, wow, I got to tell you, it is snowing a lot out there right now.
It is. It's coming down. A sight for sore eyes, that is for sure. And again, I'm in Angel Fire Resort. This is just one of the resorts that's going to be taking advantage of the fresh powder. This morning, 8 o'clock, Chili Express behind me. That's going to be running with a lot of happy skiers. And of course, it helps too with the drought situation. Obviously, Albuquerque got snow too. And taking a look at the maps, you can see that the snow is still coming down. A lot of it's cleared out of Albuquerque, but you definitely want to be careful out on the roads. But we are going to continue to see some of this light snow on and off throughout much of the morning and into the afternoon up across the northern part of the state, northeast New Mexico, and shifting out towards the eastern part of the state. This whole storm system is going to be heading east to Texas once we get into the afternoon. But right now we're going to continue to deal with the snow, and it is going to mean problems on the roads. As far as temperatures are concerned, we're starting off in the 20s this morning, up north 25 up in Taos, mid-20s in Las Vegas. Upper 20s in Santa Fe, 30 in Albuquerque, and mainly in the low 30s down to the southeastern part of the state. And then taking a look at a wide view of what's happening, you can see that a lot of the snow has already shifted to the east, and that's going to be the trend. But no worries, because once we get done with this storm system, there's another storm system on this one's heels that's going to bring in another dose of snow as we head towards the end of the week. Already picked up, I would say, here at Angel Fire at the base, a couple of inches. It's coming down now. You get up towards the summit, and of course there's probably going to be a little bit more than that. So definitely a welcome sight. I'm going to have much more on the snow coverage coming up in just a few minutes.
Sounds good. Definitely great news for the ski resorts. We really need this snow.
Yeah, without a doubt. Thank you, Kristen. We'll see you back here in about 7 or 8 minutes. One thing you should do, take a look at the bottom of your screen. There are 7 school delays and closings right now. This includes NMSU in Grants on a 2-hour delay. As we get those in, they'll run on the bottom of your screen again, even during the commercials.
And by the way, if you are flying out of New Mexico this morning, check with your airline, because right now flights in and out of the Sunport are on time, but that could change at any moment.
All right, as you mentioned, as Kristen mentioned, there is snow in the metro area this morning. We wanted to see what the roads are like, so we sent Samantha McDonald out in this wintry weather. She is keeping an eye on the roads. I believe you're out at I-40 and Tramway. Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, Matt. Yes, that's right. I'm here out near I-40 and Tramway. It's snowing just a little bit. It's something drivers haven't seen in over a month here in Albuquerque. When we drove up, the roads were just a little wet, not too bad, but take a look at this video we have from overnight. This is in Nob Hill, where big flakes were falling from the sky, and it was coming down pretty heavily. That didn't stop some from having to get out in it. Even the downtown area saw some snow overnight. This is video from our roof cam. And in the East Mountains, the snow came lightly at first, but throughout the night really piled up. And the west side of Albuquerque wasn't left out either. This video was sent in to us from what happened there. And even though it's not cold enough for the roads to freeze, we do recommend you still be careful out there. It is a little wet. Back to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Sam. Drive safely out there. I do want to show you what it looks like at I-25 and Cerrillos Road is up in Santa Fe. You can see some snow out on the street. We're told crews have been out plowing, salting, and cindering all night long. If you're headed out, take a look at this map. If you are going west of Albuquerque on I-40, once you get toward Grants and Gallup, you're going to find snow-packed and icy roads. And north of town, if you're commuting between Duke City and Santa Fe, look out, because part of that drive could be treacherous the whole way up to Colorado as well. Remember, you can always get the latest on this anytime at KRQE.com.
And as always, during severe weather, keep it right here on KRQE. Our team of meteorologists have you covered when it comes to the forecast and any storm that comes our way. We do again have Samantha McDonald keeping an eye on the road conditions, and always for the very latest, including school closures and delays, head to KRQE.com. In other news this morning, a UNM student comes back to her dorm room to find the N-word scrawled on her door. She says students on her floor had been making demeaning and racist comments for months. The latest incident was enough for the student who lived in Laguna Hall to speak up and move out.
I feel like by bringing this to light that more people will know that it's not okay, and it never was, and it shouldn't continue.
The dean of students investigated over the weekend and found the person who did it. That student could face anything from cultural sensitivity training to probation. UNM President Bob Frank created the Civil Campus Council last year. The council was already scheduled to hold a discussion Thursday about the casual use of the N-word on campus.
Well, for years, the criticism of the citizen group that rules on police behavior has been it has no teeth, which has become a very big issue with the Justice Department investigating Albuquerque's police department. Well, now there's a move to give the group more power, an idea the police union hates.
I think our biggest goal is to establish a sound system of accountability and oversight.
A task force wants to create a civilian police oversight agency that would be more independent, with access to internal affairs files, the ability to subpoena records, and the authority to recommend punishment of officers. The police union calls the task force, quote, biased, and says the police oversight agency should not have investigative powers.
This particular body of individuals who are not professional law enforcement officers have absolutely no idea what we do.
One member of the current task force says he is confident the city council will adopt the recommendations for more oversight. We'll keep you posted.
The city of Albuquerque is pumping up the pay for firefighters. The city council unanimously approved the pay raise. It's a 2.5% salary increase, and it's the first in nearly 5 years for firefighters. The measure also includes a 2% raise for AFD drivers and lieutenants. Mayor Richard Berry virtually cut all city pay back in 2009 to help balance the budget. The firefighters union filed a lawsuit because that meant the city could not fulfill a pay increase laid out in their contracts. By the way, that lawsuit is still pending.
And Albuquerque's Mayor Richard Berry is in Washington, D.C. right now meeting with the Obama administration. The mayor's office says he talked about Sandia Labs with Energy Secretary Ernest Moniz yesterday. Mr. Berry's spokesperson says the talk focused on turning technology developed at the lab into private business and jobs. The mayor is also at the Pentagon for a briefing on the continuing effort to clean up the underground jet fuel spill at Kirtland Air Force Base, which is a potential threat to city water.